Hello, darling. Are you okay?
She brings a golf bag purely so she can fit more clothes than shoes in.
At the airport looking for trains.
Goddamn competition!
Let's have a little fight.
Back in, dear.
When you crave your own bed this much, you know you've got problems.
Hello and welcome back to Under the Lid with me, Jack Brooks. We've got the dream team back together. Hello, Brunty.
Hello, darling. Are you okay?
I'm all right, thank you. We've had it's been a few weeks since we've been doing this together because we've both been busy, but also all over the place. But you did a great show with Isha. I've done one individually with Hoggy, Matthew Hoggard, and now here we are back together. So what's been going on in your world for the last couple of weeks? Traipsing around after your better half, I think.
Oh no, well, I've got holes in the snow as for eyes, as they say. I had my first sort of like long haul flight journey with Theo yesterday, and it was just
Entertaining
experience, yeah. So I'm absolutely cream crackered. Not slept very well. He slept, very well. For him anyway. Which involves like day naps. I can't day nap. Everyone's like, "Oh, just nap when they nap." It's not a thing. It's just not a thing. Can't just like switch off.
Got to train yourself to do that. I can do that.
Can
Especially
you?
if you haven't slept at night, you need to do it, even if it's just a quick 15, 20 minutes, just a little.
I wish I could do that. That'd be my superpower, I think. Just have a little cheeky nap. Even in a nightclub, sometimes that used to be required. Not that I used to go out.
Can't remember what they are. I cannot remember what they are.
Other than that, I've just been in obviously Dubai, Abu Dhabi, for the girls' pre-World Cup training camp. They're now in India for another pre-training camp before tournament starts. So, that was fun. It was 40 degrees, absolutely boiling. Not a lot me and the little man could do, but it was just nice to be there with Nat before she has just abandoned me for 5 weeks. So,
yeah, of course. That'll be different. The next 5 weeks will be challenging at times, won't
if anybody wants to message me and check in daily, that'd be sweet.
We should take a daily photo of you, see if this is as good as it gets, how the next 5 weeks are going to be.
You mean like the drinking game where they're like, "Hi, I'm Catherine. I've had one beer."
That would be amazing.
All right, I might actually do it.
Excellent. Well, what have I been doing? I've been a little bit of parenting. I've been looking after both at various times. Finished up with Surrey last week with the second team. We won the second team championship, which was cool. I won 5 out of our 6 games, including the final at Loughborough against Worcester, which was great. Shout out to the Surrey Twos boys. Obviously, the season finishes this week. Surrey, it looks like, well, it could go down to the wire still if Notts have a stinker, but the game against Notts last week was the big one, wasn't it? So, we're just sort of winding down now, welcoming the winter in. Talking of welcoming, this is the podcast that is brought to you by the PCA and the Cricketer, as always. Now, our guest this week, you must know her. Well, I know her quite well because she's from my hometown. I know her dad pretty well as well, which I'm sure we'll get onto at some point. But do you want to give a little bit of an intro and then we'll get her in?
Yeah, of course. As always, we've got another England international on the show. We don't disappoint every week, do we? She's a part of the World Cup squad as we speak, and she's had an awesome international resurgence over the last 18 months, which I'm so happy for her, and we'll go into that obviously and how that's come about. She's just been selected. This is obviously her first ODI World Cup, so hints are coming as to who we've got on now. And she's been an awesome domestic player for definitely the last 2 years, if not the last 5, 6. So she's one of the best spinners we've got out there. She's, earned that place in India. And welcome to the show, Linsey Smith.
Oh, that was a lovely welcome. Thank you.
We don't mess around.
Oh, goodness. Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me on.
Pleasure. Thanks for coming on. Big timer, aren't you? Big timer now.
I'm just trying to work out what day it is, actually. But yeah, glad to be here.
I think, first of all, I want to know, Jack, about what's this family, that you know about. Dad, go.
What, Lindsay's? Yeah, I've known her dad for years. I mean, he's a little bit older than me, and I'm a fair bit older than Lindsay. Um, so yeah, we're from similar villages on the outskirts of Tame in Oxfordshire, from rival cricket teams. You were Aston Rowan. I was at Tiddington growing up. So they are rivals, but friendly rivals. But so I've known Jerry, her dad, for a long time. And when I was a pro and sort of 10 years ago in my prime, I remember talking to him a lot, saying that his daughter's going to be a professional and everything. And it was fantastic to see that come through. I know he's the most proud man in the world. And I was talking to her off air a little minute ago about him watching every single game she plays, which is fantastic. He was what would you say his abilities were like cricketing wise?
He talked a great game. But yeah, I mean, he had fun, right? That's all that matters.
Yeah, exactly. He's living his dreams for you, I think.
He carried on. I don't even know how old he is now, but he gave it a good nudge. He was good. I mean, he was my hero, right? So it was nice to kind of get to play with him as I grew up. But yeah, he's great support. Him and my mum, to be fair, they, like you say, don't really miss a game, which is really sweet.
He would have definitely played past his capabilities just to play with you, Lindsay. So the poor fella's probably ripped every muscle. It's funny.
He never moved well the next day, I can't lie. But yeah, he carried on. It was nice.
Did you ever play against each other? Have you bowled at him or got him out in a game? Or
No, I didn't play against him, but towards the back end of his career, I played a few with him, which was nice. I remember batting with him once, and he was like trying to coach me, and I was like, "Dad, you're not good. Like, stop."
fantastic.
Oh, poor fella. I'm definitely going to be aided by some sort of frame when I'm bowling at Theo in the back garden. For sure. Someone will have to make me something. It's like robotic.
If Theo doesn't end up a decent cricketer with the parents that he's got, then you haven't coached him well enough.
See, that's a lot of pressure, and he'll feel it too, Jack. So let's just play it down, yeah? Can I just let everyone know it's day one, right, of me with Theo. Actually, it's day two, really. And I said to Nat, "Oh, are you free for a FaceTime this morning?" And she says, "Oh, well, I've just had, like 12 hours sleep, and I'm actually on my way to the golf course." Absolutely fuming. So I've not spoke to her for 4 hours because she's smashing 18 holes and probably a beer at the end of it. So why are you not on the course, Lindsay? Have you forgot your clubs, gal?
Well, I'm not really a golfer, but I think since we've got here and like you look out the window and it's just like the terminal, there's not much around. So I think I think it's going to be my next project out here is going to be just get into golf just to get out.
It's 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 absolutely essential, isn't it? I know, like Tammy, Lauren Bell, they're not your natural golfers, but they've literally just taken up golf and got some clubs because it's like the number one thing to do on tour, isn't it? Let's be honest.
I actually think Lauren Bell's, and she's actually openly said it to me, she brings a golf bag purely so she can fit more clothes and shoes in to her luggage. She'll play like one round in 4 weeks, but she's just got the extra luggage space. It's great.
So prep. You've just done about 8 days in Abu Dhabi, Dubai, playing the Kiwis, two one-dayers, beat them both times. Actually, really good games. It was punishing to watch, but 40-degree heat, taking it to the wire. It's actually a really great effort from everyone. So how's the mood, number one, and how do you reckon that prep went? Did it go well?
Yeah, the mood's really good actually. Like you say, about 8 days there, and I think when we got there, we realised just how hot it was. Compared to being back home, I think it was like mid 40s and it felt like 50 at times. So that was another test. But I think, yeah, just to get the group together before obviously going into a major tournament is always important. Two great games, good run outs for everyone pretty much. So yeah, the mood's good. I think it was about the right time, and now obviously headed to India now, so excited for that next little bit. Two more warm up games, and then yeah, get going.
Yeah, you obviously be hoping for obviously a World Cup win to just change around that the disappointment of the World Cup last. I don't even know what month it was in Dubai. But obviously with the new prize money, it's a lovely little incentive, isn't it? Now, how do you feel about that? And like how we're chasing equality and all that. It's great, isn't it?
Yeah, it was crazy. I think Lottie mentioned it at the start when we had a little meeting, like, this is where women's cricket's at now, and it's a real honour, and, you know, it is fully professional. And I think I didn't even realise the prize money, and I was like, oh my goodness, wow, like, that is the way the game's grown is like unbelievable. But yeah, it's good to see, like, obviously everyone trains full time and pushes themselves really hard. So I guess to get that reward as well is another thing to look forward to.
Yeah, too right. You shouldn't be grateful. This is what you all deserve. It's a tough, I guess, profession. People, they'd see the glitz and glamour of it, but it's actually, as we all know, mega hard, and then there's a lot of sacrifices to be made. So yeah, I'm buzzing for you all. I just hope the Aussies don't keep cashing in every time they rock up to a tournament.
Oh no, they're all millionaires. Like, come on, share it with someone else, will you?
You know what? The best bit about it is like Bangladesh are rocking up to this tournament, and they'll just for getting through. You could lose every game, and just for getting through, it's an amazing payday for them, and they'll go away from that, even if they lost every game, feeling like the luckiest 15 girls on the planet, and I love that. So yeah, it's come a long way, and it's going to make people less grateful and more professional. Like that'll be the norm. So yeah, I love it. Love it. I think Jack wants to ask you about your resurgence, Linsey, because we love it.
Yeah, definitely. Now you had a little bit of time out of the England environment, which I guess wasn't the best time for you. But how was it for you mentally and through that period? How did you approach it? Because obviously now you must be loving it, and you're back into it in tournaments and new coach. So you're clearly Lottie's a fan of yours. So what's it been like being out of it and then now back into it?
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy to look back on it. I think you said a little bit of time. I was reminded when I made my ODI debut just how many days were in between my debuts. But yeah, it was a long time. I think it was like 5, 6 years out of the England stuff. And not forgetting, obviously, I made my debut when I was quite young. I think I was like 20, maybe. God, a long time ago. But yeah, when I came out of that, and I've spoken about it a little bit, like, I just really didn't enjoy it. And it's hard when you're young and all you ever dream of is playing for England, and you want to do the best and you want to win trophies and be amazing. And I really struggled with that once I'd got into it, because I just was so much of a perfectionist and tried to be like best in the world straight away. And I was like, you're just so far off it. Like, I was putting so much pressure on myself to perform a certain way and be a certain way that it took all the enjoyment out of it for me. And it was a really tough period. I mean, it's everything I'd ever wanted, and I was hating it, and I was really struggling. So I think coming out of it was almost a bit of a breath of fresh air, I guess. I've spoken about it before, but like, I was like, I don't even know if I want to play cricket anymore. Like, all I've ever wanted to do is play cricket and play for England, and I'm embarrassed by what's just happened over the last couple of years. Like, I felt really embarrassed, and I got my debut shirt framed, and to this day it's still under my bed. I've never got it out because I've just felt like I didn't, I guess, do myself justice or do myself proud in how I played. So that was really hard coming out of it, and I kind of had two options of whether to just give it up and just go and try and do something else, or go back to county cricket, which was going back then, and just try and have fun again and get back to that kid that loved playing and enjoyed it, and, you know, didn't look too far ahead or put so much pressure on herself to play well. Thankfully, I took the second option and carried on, which, yeah, in long term paid off, because I just, yeah, went back to almost the basics and just wanted to have fun with my friends. And then a few years down the line, and then getting that England call up again was something I always dreamed of, but I didn't know if it was ever going to happen. Obviously, every year you get older, you're a bit like, oh, probably they're probably looking at the youngsters now. But yeah, to get that call up again, I was just like, okay, I'm just going to put so many things right now and just be me, be who I have been for the last 5-6 years, and just have fun and enjoy it.
Well, that's the best way to go about it, I think. If you take it back to why you started playing the game, and if the enjoyment has to be there for me, otherwise you literally won't give your best, and you're not going to enjoy what you do day to day, are you? Hopefully you'll get that shirt out and get it up on your wall at some point, or put it in your downstairs toilet, or give it your daddy, or put it up somewhere, won't he? He'll probably carry it around for a while, probably back of his car or something. So how's it been? What's Lottie been like for you? So obviously she's come back as coach, and hasn't made a lot of changes, but you're clearly someone that's in favour, even with that sort of quality trio of English spinners with Glenn, Eccleston, and Dean, and now you're added to that. What's the messages be like from Lottie first, and then secondly, you and those three going to take over the world?
I hope so, yeah. But yeah, touching on Lottie, obviously she's come in and it's been a bit of a breath of fresh air, really. I think there's no hiding from the fact that the last 12 months have been pretty difficult for the squad, and I guess the exposure and how we've played hasn't been great at times. So yeah, something needed to change, and I think the way that Lottie's come in, and we've spoken about it, but also it's very much about looking forward now and moving forward. Like, there's so much talent in the group, and like you say, obviously the other three spinners are just world class, and to have that competition and I guess keep trying to better each other and push each other to improve is really special. And yeah, she's pretty honest. Like, she demands hard work and communication, and you know, you, I think you always know where you're at and what your role's going to be, which for me has been really helpful and really clear going forward. So, but yeah, like you say, the other three spinners, they're world class, and I guess I was always asked the question, can you and Soph play in the same team and stuff like that, and I thought, well, yeah, like we bowl with the same arm, right? But we're both very different bowlers. Like, I'm not your most traditional spinner that will get the turn and bounce that she does, but I don't see why, we can't both play in the same team and have different roles and yeah, push to win games of cricket for England together.
100%. I think there's always like, doesn't matter if your best four spinners are left armers, get them all in, or at least most of them, especially going to the subcontinent. Let's not forget as well, you started life as a seamer, didn't you? And then you converted. How old are you when you started bowling spin?
It was actually at uni, so I would have been like 18, 19. Yeah, I was. God, I get scarred looking back at pictures of me at uni because I wasn't the best version of myself. I don't think I had the fitness or the drive to keep bowling seam, but yeah, it was another thing. I just thought, yeah, I'll just give this a crack and see how I go.
Mate, I'm not sure I know many international players. Let's not let everybody like using the international word loosely. Like, this is proper. This is best in the world, right? And especially if you're playing for England, we're talking top 20 because that's just where we're placed. And so it's no joke. And you saying you made your international debut 2 years after you took up spin, like, just like say that. That's a joke. I don't know how many people have been able to do that. It's nuts. So, like, you should, when you're thinking about what you achieved, then you should think about that, not the outcome of that first tournament, because that is just so irrelevant.
Oh yeah, I've actually never really thought about that, to be honest. But when you put it like that, yeah.
That's crazy.
It is crazy. It's surreal. That's unreal. Especially you took five-fer on debut as well. ODI debut, you took five-fer. Boost that confidence up. Get that shirt out. Get it above your bed if you need to. Just carry it around.
To be fair, I think, yeah, making my ODI debut was just something I targeted so much because I obviously made my T20 debut back in 2018, and for so long I was just looked at as, she's a T20 player, like, she's good in the power play, she's that kind of attacking bowler that's always at the stumps. Obviously I'm not the biggest turner of the ball, so that was one thing that was said to me by previous coaches, that we're not going to look at you in 50 over cricket because we don't feel like you can beat the bat or get that turn. So for me, to make that 50 over debut was something I'd always targeted, because I wanted to just break that mold of, I don't just want to be a T20 player, like I want to play all formats for England. So yeah, that was a real special moment.
That's so backwards to me, because in my head I'm like, let's say T20, right? You target the stumps, and that's what you want. But if you not really turning and bouncing it, then you are not necessarily one-dimensional, but you know what you're getting. You know what I mean? There's less variation. So for me, actually, it'd make more of an ODI bowler. If somebody could bowl 10 overs at the stumps in any the start, middle, the end, not necessarily the end, but you know what I mean. Like, that's such an asset to have. That's it. That's all I did for 20 years. And ODIs and tests were my best formats. So, yeah, that's a little bit backwards to me. And whoever said that to you needs a good slap.
We won't
They're not
mention
a
names.
No names. Name them. Yeah, so we've touched on obviously how it felt to make your England debut, and all the chaos in your head that came with. But what was your reaction to being dropped in those first few games, and how long it took you to come back from that? I know you said going back to domestic and keeping it simple, back to basics was where you sort of started that back from. But how long did that take?
It took not as long as I would have liked, because we came out of that series and then we had the Kia Super League literally like the next month. And I was thinking, oh my God, I couldn't think of anything worse right now. I do not want to enter a cricket pitch. Like, I just don't want to.
There's nowhere to hide, is there? It's relentless.
And I was just a bowler, right? So you can't just be like, oh, I'll just bat today. Like, I had to bowl, and I had to bowl my 4 overs, and I'd be crying the night before and looking at the weather forecast thinking, please rain. Like, I can't do it. I don't want to do it. And it was really hard, but.
And you just kept going. Did you take any games off, or did you just keep rolling yourself out?
I just kept going. And I remember, because I was at Yorkshire Diamonds at that stage, and Danny Hazel was our coach. And I was just like, I'm so nervous. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know where this ball's going to go. Like, this is the last thing I want right now. And it was on Sky, and I was like, this is crazy. But I don't know why, but I didn't give up, because I knew deep down I love cricket, and all I've ever wanted to do was cricket. And I had great mates in that team as well, and I thought, do you know what? I just need to try and have fun and try and get the ball down the other end and see what happens.
And this is what I love about you, right, Linz, and why I think Lottie loves you as well, is because you're so resilient, and strong minded. You're a tough little cookie. Like, I think everybody would agree. That's if anybody spoke about you or described you, I think that would come out in the first line.
It's because she's from Oxfordshire, Brunty. People from Oxfordshire are made tough.
Can't relate. But yeah, that's you to a T, mate. And what you've just described, no one should have to go through that. And I'm sad that you had to put yourself through that a lot. But I think if you could do it again, you wouldn't. But you would have definitely built a stronger version of yourself through it. And I hope that you take that from it. But yeah, I love that about you. And don't do that again.
No, I know. I think like you say, if people had to describe me, and like I'm always told, you're so competitive, like so fiery, and I think there's such a fine line, or there has been for me, where I'm great when I'm competitive in the game and like competitive with the batters and really in it, but when I start getting so internal and I'm competitive with myself about unrealistic expectations which I'm setting on myself, that's where I really lost it, and the focus was purely on me. Like, I wouldn't have known what was going on in the games or what like the match situation was. It was all completely focused on me, which was really unhealthy.
Yeah, definitely. I think what you need to do is just do what I did and get Tammy and just bowl at her now forever in the nets. She'll do that to you. You'll be back. If you're having a little slip, just go, Tammy, it's me and you today, kid.
Let's have a little fight.
Get the gloves on. Obviously, the game has changed so much, like you mentioned, during your career, and you're not even an old timer like Brunty. And the 100 has been going, I think, 5 years now, which is obviously, it's made the game explode for the girls' game and everyone coming through. So professional domestic contracts came in 2020. How's that system helped you in your game? Just simple.
Just massively, I guess, just giving me that time. I think when I made my debut and, when I'd finished uni, I went straight into a full-time coaching job because I needed the money and, there was no contracts back then to be like, right, I'm just going to play cricket. Like, that's great. I'll just do that for the next foreseeable future.
You're only 26 and you're chatting this. So funny.
I'm 30 now. I'm getting on. I've been.
You actually, I thought you were 26.
I'd love to be 26, Catherine.
Are you looking
Crikey.
well, mate? Give some collagen.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm 30. How scary is that?
No, 40's scarier, isn't it, Jack?
Yeah, try being 41. Yeah, we're broken
No,
old
but trust
timers
me,
now.
Catherine, I was there when, there were no contracts and you guys were getting paid by chance to shine.
Those were the days.
I know, but yeah, like coming out of uni and you want to do cricket, but you can't because you need a job, right? And the demands were so high then as well to keep training and stuff, and it was again just too much, like so much cricket. Like I didn't have anything else. So I think when those contracts actually came in, and I think for so many of the girls, like a lot of people had second jobs that were, trying to make a living and actually be able to survive, but also wanting to pursue their own careers. So when those contracts came in, it was huge for so many of the girls. I think it started at about 40, I want to say. And it was like, right, great, I can finally, I mean, they weren't amazing, but they were enough to get you through so that you didn't have to worry about having another job or finding more income. You could solely just focus on cricket. And I think the way that's been over the last 3-4 years for the girls, the more professionals that we've got, has just seen our game like soar through the roof with the standards and how good people are getting, and obviously pushing up to Australia and how good they are. I think our pool of players now, that like the talent is huge, and I think that's so great.
Yeah, I actually think the money brought around more injury and more mental health problems. It was so if I think about it, back in the day, back in our day, if you like, as well.
Back in day.
In the mid bit, well, so I had 2 or 3 jobs as well, and playing professionally, and I worked so hard. I actually probably worked harder then than I did when we started getting paid better. I think being younger obviously helps a bit with that, but I didn't need to work any harder when we got paid more, but you felt that you had to because you were getting paid for it. So training more, bowling more, led to more injuries, more stress fractures, and then obviously when you get injured, your mental health declines because it's a lonely, horrible place to be, and then fitting back in, and then expectation of when you come back, blah, blah, blah. It just sort of snowballed, didn't it? I think people are trying to work it out now. Did you ever find yourself in that? I'm sure you've had a stress fracture. Did you ever find yourself in that like pit of rehab?
I don't think I've had a stress fracture, touch wood.
Who was it? I'm sure
You
you
just
had.
self-diagnosed me.
You've just
I've just
diagnosed her a stress fracture.
diagnosed it. Maybe it was your senior day at uni.
I don't think so. I think I was just a bit overweight.
God's sake.
That's as bad as the stress.
But no, I think the first time, I think the end of last season, when the season finished, I thought, wow, the amount of cricket that we've just played is such a step up to what we've ever had. And yeah, I think obviously having the 50 over and the T20, and then you've got the 100 on top of that. I think, yeah, last year I was just like, oh my goodness, that was a lot.
It's the 2 or 3 days between what really freaked me out. So it's like West Indies, there's obviously loads of prep, and then there's like a camp, and then another camp, and another camp, and then it's like the West Indies series 2 or 3 days off, 100 India series 2 or 3 days off, 100 series 1 week off, Abu Dhabi, into India, into BBL if you go, Christmas, New Year, and then when I say Christmas, New Year, I mean like 8 days, and then it's IPL if you've got selected, and then it's straight back to Abu Dhabi. It's like it's just a lot. Like, I'm following you around and I'm exhausted, and I just when you crave your own bed this much, you know you've got problems.
Yeah, to be fair, I found that this year. I think, like you say, we had 3-4 days in between the West Indies and India series, and then after the India series, got like 4 days at home, and then straight off to Leeds for the 100. And I was just like, oh my god, like I've got a house and I just don't live in it. Like, what is going on?
And you only just about you don't unpack your suitcase. You only just about manage to wash all your undies, and then you're off again.
It's crazy. Like, and then yeah, like the winter stuff, it's full on. Like, it's all year round now, which I think is great, but also I'm starting to realise, wow, like, okay, it's a lot. Sometimes you need to prioritise certain things when things get tough, or it does get a lot.
Have you been involved in the? You're really testing me. I've had a really hazy 6.5 months, you know. But obviously the first year of the professional counties system. Any idea how that's been? Do you know what was the best thing for me? Dunk sent me a video of the Surrey changing room for the women, and my head was blown.
They got serious set up now at the Oval.
Well, that's not everywhere. Can I just add? That's just Surrey.
No, it's not.
You get saunas. You get sauna, ice bath.
It's done the rounds though, mate. It's done the rounds, and I sent that video to the guys at Yorkshire, and do you know what? They'd already been looking into it because they'd heard about it, and it's great. It's snowballing, and I think that will be standard next year, and it's so great. Honestly, it's like NFL style. I couldn't be.
It is very cool changing room.
It's very cool, isn't it? So how do you think it's gone cricket wise? Has there been improvements? Is it pretty much the same, or do the girls feel better?
I think it's been really good. I think the standard has obviously been great, and you know the volume of games has been obviously added again this year. So I think in terms of exposure and the games that are being played, the standard's been unbelievable. I think.
Do you think the addition of games is good or bad?
Well, I think I spoke to a few of the Hampshire girls, and they were like, "This is really full on. This is a lot." Like, I think even they've had that kind of realization that okay, this is really taking a step up now, and you know their schedule was pretty crazy. You know, having 2 games a week, and then you can travel even as far as Durham, and then you know we're Southampton, so it's not near. So having 2 games a week, and then obviously you travel the day before those as well, and you get maybe 1 or 2 days training. I think it's been a lot for the girls. The T20 Blast comp was quick fire as well. I think there was a lot of travel involved in that with quick turnarounds, which I think is something to maybe look at in terms of, you know, how big of a margin are we going to give for these competitions? Like, do we need to cram it into 3 weeks, or can we go a bit longer? But again, like there's just so much cricket now, which is a good thing. But I think they do need to be careful with how the players are feeling.
Shall we move on to our famous Take 5 segment, Brunty?
Let's do it.
God.
Right, Linsey, we're just going to get to know you a little bit more than we already do, and get away from cricket Linsey and just have a little bit of, normal Linsey. So, first question, what's your favourite baked good?
Oh, okay. Favourite baked good?
Yes.
I do like an almond croissant.
Wow.
Strong.
I'm not going to lie.
And I'm not a huge fan. So middle bit's really like claggy.
Yeah, but you got to have a coffee with it. You can't just go.
Oh, absolutely. Coffee is life.
Absolutely.
I thought because the amount of time you spent up north, it was going to start with Greg's something then. Or Coupland's.
Oh God, I couldn't say that on this. Goodness, I get riddled.
Yeah, if you want clogged arteries.
What's the weirdest present you've ever given or received?
Careful.
Oh gosh, the weirdest present. Goodness. I'm actually quite. My love language is gift giving, so I do love giving gifts. But I don't think they've given any bad ones. I don't think.
I really like to receive them as well, Lindsay. If you could only keep one inanimate object from your house, what would it be? So I think I said mine would be like my bed, my orthopedic mattress.
Oh yeah, my pillows would be up there, or coffee machine is high as well.
Good choice.
Yeah, that is. Do you know what? I'm gonna have to change to that.
Bronte, you had a nice coffee at yours, didn't we? Early on in the podcast this year. I think your wife made it, but yeah, it was a nice one.
She's the milk lady. I can't do the milk.
Is she good? Because we've actually just got a coffee machine out here in India, and I want some lessons.
Yeah, get her on the milks. I think Ducks is good too. Hit her up.
Which TV show is your guilty pleasure? Now, there must be a lot of this on tour.
Oh, do you know what we've all been hooked on at the minute, actually? We've all been hooked on The Summer I Turned Pretty.
That sounds horrific.
Yeah, but it's
Never
so
heard of it.
great. You're joking. It's like trending right now, guys.
No, I don't watch TV anymore.
What is that about, Lindsay? That
Oh
sounds
my God, it's just trash and it's great. So, two families, they go on holiday every year to this summer house, and there's a daughter in one family, and then in the other family, there's two boys. Basically, no spoilers, but she falls in love with both of them.
Oh dear.
Are you team Jeremiah or are you team Conrad? And it's Catherine, you need to get on it. It's so good.
I'm 40. This is for 15. Okay, I might as well. It's not like my life isn't very wild right now, so I'll get into that.
Let me know what team you're on.
Fantastic. Right, last question. If you were asked to give a cat presentation speech to any of the gals, who would you like it to be? And it can be from your domestic team.
As in if they've not debuted.
To be fair, let's just make it across the board. Anyone in England.
But have they played or not?
Let's just assume everyone's just made their debut. Who would you like?
I think Dunks, because she did mine and it was really sweet, and we made our debuts together, and yeah, we've had a journey together, which is really cute.
She is very cute, isn't she? To be fair.
Excellent.
We've reached the last round, you'll be pleased to know, and then you can get back to train spotting and that.
Plane?
Did I say train?
Yeah, there's no trains, just
At the airport looking for trains.
I'll be there a while.
I haven't slept for 7 months, Jack. You know how it is. Let's be honest. Give us just a little bit. Right, Lindsay. Okay, so this is brought to you, obviously, by the PCA. In the PCA, we have lots of sponsors, and one of them is awesome, and it's called Simplexity Travel. So we've made this quiz, and they're our sponsors, and the prize that they have given us for this is basically, I think it's a 5-day winter experience, I think. And it can be literally tailored to you. So it's like proper prize. Like this is...
You're taking this serious?
Well, mate, it's one that I really wanted, and Nat screwed it up and didn't win me the prize. So, you know, if you're feeling generous...
What's the high score?
Ollie Robinson, the Durham wicketkeeper, got all of them correct in 62.39 seconds.
Oh my goodness. Wait, how many questions are there?
Just 10, and they're pretty easy.
Oh God, okay.
So no pressure or anything, but you could get a bespoke, tailor-made winter holiday trip off the back of the next minute's worth of questions.
You're selling it well. I really want this.
Defo, don't pass, and don't take too long to think.
Oh no.
Just get them all right quickly. As simple as that, really. I've got the first question, so when you're ready, we can go 3, 2, 1. Who do England play in their first ODI World Cup game?
South Africa?
Yeah.
Which British female singer who sang and featured in the Barbie film was also born in 1995?
Oh my gosh.
Just think of a really current female British singer. Go.
Barbie?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's not Billie Eilish.
Are they English? Yeah.
You can pass if you want.
Alright, pass.
In which Caribbean country did you make your international T20 debut?
Antigua?
Wrong, St. Lucia.
Can you be dismissed off a free hit?
No. Oh, yes.
Correct.
Run out. Trick.
You took your career best international T20 figures of 3 for 18 against which team?
West Indies?
Sri Lanka.
How many times have England won the Women's ODI World Cup? 4 or 7. Correct.
4.
Correct. Who did Northern Superchargers beat in this year's Women's 100 final?
Southern Brave.
Yeah.
Who is Hampshire Women's PCA rep?
Ellen McCacken.
You're correct.
What symbols used to indicate a keeper on a scorecard? A cross or an exclamation mark?
Cross.
And last but not least, who has taken more wickets in the 100 since it started? You or Sophie Eccleston?
Oh, why would you ask that?
For lols.
I'll say so.
It's you.
I knew you'd do that.
You can't say yourself, can you?
You can! It's a goddamn competition! Anyway, it was 42. She got 35, you got 42. Well done.
Oh, who was the singer?
Dua Lipa. You got 6 right. And the time was a bit long as well. But great effort, and thanks for playing.
Great effort, but no holiday.
No, not this time, unfortunately. You can, you can. You've just got to pay for yourself. And I'm sure you'll get a deal through the PCA with Simplexity anyway. But for the purposes of this, you won't be getting a freebie. Listen, we don't want to keep you any longer from looking for trains at the airport. But Linsey, it was great to see you again. Thanks so much for spending some time chatting to us. Obviously, it goes without saying, have an amazing tournament. And we know you're going to tear it up out there. The girls will have a great time. So good luck and go well. We'll see you soon.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Ciao, dear.
There you go, Brunty. Another great guest. What a beauty.
She is actually, isn't she? She's fantastic. Good crack. I love it when we get the like bantery ones on here. I know they tend to like rip me to shreds, but actually she's quite kind to me today.
Yeah, she was very kind. Great person. Very resilient as well. Fantastic story. For anyone here that's having a tough time with their cricket or just really interested to hear how people can bounce back, then take a leaf out of Linsey's book. But yeah, she was fantastic. And a really good luck to the girls over in India. And that is us for this week. We'll be back soon with another great guest. Please keep subscribing, liking, send any questions, comments by DMing them on Instagram using hashtag #underthelid, or email us at underthelid@thepca.co.uk. And we'll be back soon with another great episode.
Yeah, ciao for now.
Take care. See you later.